I'm
Becca.
Kat.
That's the intro.
We both.
Hey guys, welcome back to our channel. I'm Anna.
I'm Cassidy.
I'm Becca.
And we're the Tripod Girls. Woo! Happy Saturday. Saturday. We're recording this on a Saturday.
Saturdays are for the girls.
Yeah,
Saturdays
they are.
Saturdays are for the tea. The sip
the
and
coffee.
sip.
Mm-hmm,
Sit and
that's
sip.
right.
Yes, it is, girl.
So we're going to get right into it. We have a lot to talk about. A lot came out this week. Let's start with our favorite problematic YouTubers or ex-YouTubers. I don't know what you want to call her now.
We calling it our
Influencer.
favorite?
No, she's not her favorite. She's not our favorite.
Let's just say she's a well-known influencer, and we all know you've all heard her name because it's been in the papers lately.
And her
Drum roll,
mommy's
please. Olivia Jade.
I have a lot to say.
First of all, did you guys watch the Red Table Talk?
Yes.
Yes.
Because I have thoughts.
Me too.
What I don't even know where to begin, honestly. I feel like this is such a heavy, there's so much to talk about that I don't know where to begin. But a little bit of backstory for those of you who live under a rock. Olivia Jade's Aunt Becky, aka her mother, found her and her husband Massimo. Oh my God, you guys, can I just say something? I am wearing Massimo yoga pants right now. I just realized. From Target. That's how old they are. Don't come for me.
Scandal.
I realize I need to get some new ones, okay? But anyways, so they got in a lot of hot water because of the college scandal, Varsity Blues. We know, right? We've talked about it. We've covered it. So you should know what it is. And if you don't, then you haven't been following us for very long and you need to get on it. But they officially went to prison and Olivia, all the legal stuff is done. So she's like, let me save my career. Let me come to the public, which people wanted her to talk about. She's like, let me save face. And thus we got a Red Table Talk.
Which she was very lucky to get.
Yeah.
And I appreciated, I forgot, what's the grandma's name?
Nan. They just call her
Nan.
Nan in there, right?
Mhm.
Yeah.
She really did not hold back her feelings, and I really appreciated that because I feel like the Red Table Talk is supposed to be an open discussion place, but her feelings were valid that she was very hesitant to let her come because she's like, okay, like most of us were thinking, she's just going to come to save face. She's using our platform to lift herself up. Right, so there was already kind
And
of
that
tension
added
going in.
feature of a white woman coming to people of color when they get in a scandal to save. That was an underlying issue that Nan kept talking about. I mean, honestly, thank God Nan was there because Willow and Jada were just sitting there smiling, saying yeah the whole time, agreeing with everything Olivia said.
Willow didn't chime in at all.
No, they literally just sat there saying yeah, shaking their head yes. Like agreeing with everything she said. I don't know. As I said,
For me, like I feel like I felt that kind of like I felt where she was coming from. You could tell that Olivia was really sorry. So
Yeah,
I kind of saw it from Jada's perspective too. Like we have to forgive sometimes in order to move forward. And I feel like at least Olivia was a little bit trying to say like, look, I'm wrong. Like at no point did she say, I guess.
I don't think it was about not forgiving for me because of course, yeah, I mean, I forgive, like not that it's my place to forgive, but I forgive her too. It's not that, it was just, this was supposed to be like, I'm going to air it all out. I'm going to talk, I'm going to take accountability for the things she did. Not at all did that even come up. And the Red Table Talk, which I watch a couple Red Table Talks, they usually go in and they really get to the root of the talk, like what happened and everything. None of that happened. It truly was, the only questions Jada asked was, how is Olivia feeling? How is her sister feeling? How is her mom feeling? Like those were the questions, and I don't give a fuck. I mean, my language, I don't care how you guys are feeling. Like, you're, like Nan said, they're gonna be fine. You know?
I also watched the Red Table Talk. Also, the Red Table Talk, Las Estefans, you guys have to watch for the Latinas. But, and Willow usually does chime in a lot more, which is why I was surprised she didn't hear. And I agree with you, Becca. I was excited. They made it seem like we're going to lay it all on the table. Everything's going to come out. I thought she was finally going to take a little bit more accountability. I think there's more accountability to be taken.
The pictures?
Yeah, that's exactly what I was going to say. It's literally like, oh, well, like, did you know your mom and dad, we're doing it? Like, what really bothered me was when she's talking about when she found out she was on spring break. And she's like, well, I didn't think it was that big of a deal. Like, kind of pretty much saying, like, everybody does it in my circle, so it's not that big of a deal. First of all, privilege is showing right there. And yes, she did say, like, yeah, I understand. She acknowledged that for sure. But in my head, I'm like, you were way more involved than what you're making it seem like. And I'm like, you guys didn't even bring up the pictures, first of all. And she brought up the YouTube.
On the application.
Yeah. She also brought up, she also kind of brought up the fact that she made a YouTube video where she's like, I'm excited just for the parties in college. And when she said that she worked her ass off in high school, I literally laughed out loud because I remember watching countless YouTube videos of girls that went to school with her that said she never attended any classes, she never went, she just came in looking snooty and thought she was higher above than everybody. So when at the end of the year, when there's a map of where people are going to college, when we saw that she's going to USC, everybody and their mother was shocked. But everybody knew that the reason she got in is because of money and because of, unfortunately.
I remember those videos. I remember watching those videos too, but not even that. Her own YouTube channel, you could go back to when she was still in high school and you see her constantly skipping, constantly saying she doesn't care about it. Like, yeah, I agree with you. But on that part, I feel like she did come out and, say, yes, I recognize my privilege. I don't think it was hard for me because I feel like it wasn't anything she said. I don't think she said anything wrong, quote, quote. I don't think she totally disregarded how people are feeling. Like, I feel like, yeah, she was like, yes, this was wrong. Yes, I'm privileged. Yes, I really screwed up. Yes, we screwed up. Like,
it was a broken record.
Said all of that.
That's all she was saying, though. She wasn't diving into the details, which is what people wanted.
Yeah, and on top of that, she honestly kept just making excuses for her mom, in my opinion. She just kept saying, like,
she did. True.
They just care about me a lot. And then she kept putting the blame on the counselor. Like, first of all, you cannot try and convince me. You're not gonna convince me that your parents didn't know that this was wrong or wrong things were happening. That they
were just donating money.
Don't even try. Yeah, don't even try to, we've seen the emails. We've seen specifically what your dad said, which she hinted around, but not really. We've seen the emails where he says everyone that goes to ASU is,
so fucked up.
Yeah. So it's just I don't know. It didn't seem authentic to me. It seemed very PR. It seemed very rehearsed. And I was honestly, more than Olivia, I was disappointed in Jada specifically.
Yeah, they really needed to veer the conversation into a certain direction, and that you're right, they really didn't. They kind of like I said, it was a broken record. They would talk about white privilege, and I feel like that was the only thing addressed, really. They didn't dive into. Obviously, yeah, definitely important, and I'm glad she owned up to that and acknowledged that, but we needed more. We needed way more. And when they ended, I was I felt like I was on a cliffhanger. So are you gonna address anything that happened, or are you just gonna say, yeah, my white privilege got me here? That's it.
I legit was is there a part 2?
There should be.
Yeah.
Yeah, and I like how Nan was when she was just going in, she's like, your mom's going to get out. Everything's going to be fine. She's going to do her 60 minutes. And I'm like, this is exactly what's going to happen. She's going to write a book. She's going to go on and tell all interview. And I feel like Lori will take more accountability, maybe, and she finally will speak up. But then again, we haven't seen anything from What's-Her-Face from Desperate Housewives. She hasn't really
said. Because there's a difference, though, because she came out and immediately said, I knew what I was doing. Yes. I messed up. She truly took accountability.
Yes, I agree.
Accountability.
Oh yeah, because they pled not guilty, Lori and Massimo, when they went in. Like, that in itself separates
was a message to every underprivileged person in America.
So we all know how this is going to play out. Mom and dad are going to get out. They're literally going to have a book deal. They're going to go on interviews. And I feel like it's just going to be their narrative and they're going to have control. And that's kind of how I feel the Red Table Talk went this time, kind of like we were saying. I was kind of disappointed. Not kind of. I was very disappointed because, as like you guys have seen this Red Table Talk too in the past, like that's not how it is. They usually like way deeper in there, and like they dig way deep in there. And it's just like, I was really disappointed. And like you said, I'm like, where the hell is part 2? And let's be real, we're not all going to have it out on part 2, so where's 3 as well?
Yeah, they had one shot. In the words of Eminem, they had one shot and one opportunity, and they missed.
And they let it blow.
They really did. Yeah, I was disappointed, but honestly, I was happy that I wasn't the only one thinking that, because a lot of news articles and papers and journalists also tore the Red Table Talk apart. So, you know, it always feels good, you know, when you agree with the masses. So that definitely helped. The View The View, for one, they were like, all it showed me was how entitled and how much of a brat she was, is essentially what their comments were about the Red Table Talk. And honestly, I feel like that's a little extreme. I mean, I do feel like she came in and in some ways, but I don't know, actually. Now I'm going back and I'm like, well, she kind of, I don't know. I feel like
she was answering all their questions, right? So they didn't ask the deep questions that she could have answered, that she could
But being that bigger person showing you really grew, you would bring it there. You would say, I messed up and I want to bring it to, because she's not dumb. I mean, she's reading everything. She knows what people want to hear. She knows what people want her to address. And she's actively choosing not to. I get it, because in the same way, it is nerve-wracking being in an interview, especially.
That's what I was going to say. Like, I feel like she was really, like, very nervous. This is not an excuse. I'm just saying that, like, she was trying to answer all their questions, and she might have been overwhelmed. I just wish that Jada and them would have asked a little bit deeper of questions to kind of pull things out of her, because, I mean, she is still young. I don't know.
Yeah, she's definitely nervous. You can tell, but it literally looks so rehearsed as well. And maybe the questions were already like approved by her team.
That's what I was saying.
She prepared. She prepared for this, and you could tell by the way she was talking and by the way her body language. Bitch, lie to me, taught me well. Lie to me, taught me well. And her fucking I literally
love
was
that
like,
show.
Love that
like
show.
Micro expression. Check.
Yes, her eyes were like getting big. Like you could tell, like she had rehearsed this, and like the questions were just so fucking bland. And like, I mean, a lot of the public also is agreeing with her too, and forgives her. Like, one of the most famous ones that I've seen recently is what's her name? Nicole Richie's little sister.
Sophia Richie.
She's like, oh, let's give her a second chance.
Well, of course. One, she's another white female who probably has similar stories. Again, circle. Second, it's her friend.
I just thought of the best way she could have addressed this.
What?
And hire me, bitch. I would be your PR maven. She should have posted a YouTube video discussing her wrongdoings, discussing everything, laying everything on the table, and then donating that ad money to a fucking place, a scholarship or something to show that she's actually enacting on these things that she's saying she's going to do moving forward.
Can we talk about that? Because when she brought up the whole point about going to that after,
oh my God, I was like, cry me a river.
I wanted to barf. She was like, and I saw just how happy they would be.
Oh yeah, that was,
and I'm like,
not good.
You are a typical millionaire child going to do good work at the local community center. Like, cry me a freaking river. Really? You think that is what people are going to be like, oh, she's changed.
Instead of being like pity towards those people, she should have been like, look, I'm trying my best to go out there, really make an impact on the things that I've done. I want to make sure that that doesn't happen again. And I want to make sure that I'm giving people a platform if they need it to grow and for this shit to not happen again, basically. Like, she could have ended it right there. She didn't need to say, like, I saw all of them and they looked so sad. Like, that's just kind of like digging yourself into a hole. And like, why would you say that?
Yeah, it's horrible. She sounded so bratty. That's literally the word, bratty. She's a brat. She's an entitled brat. I mean, I wish her the best, and I really hope that when she says that she's ready.
Anyone wants like Olivia Jade to have a horrible life now?
No, 100%. But I feel like she still has a lot to grow, like a growing up to do. And it was funny when she said, like, I wasn't ready then. I'm like, bitch, you weren't ready now either. Let's be real. I don't know if someone told you your mommy's going to be coming out at the end of the year. Maybe that's why you decided to finally talk. But, or maybe you needed that fucking money right now. I don't know, but.
Yeah,
I won't be subscribing to the channel again.
Massimo and Aunt Becky are going to do their full time.
Yeah.
Well, let's hope so. She technically will be getting out soon because it was only 2 months, which that's what I was going to say. Is that was the other thing that annoyed me too, is this conversation should have been steered to the real issues with this. And that is, again, not on Olivia in that sense. I still think she should have done it because I think that's truly showing that you've grown, you've educated yourself, and you see the real issue at hand. However, it's not on her to bring it up. It would have been nice, but it should have been Jada. And like Nan kind of got there a little bit, and thank God we had her. She's the only one that actually dug in. But Jada should have steered the conversation about the real issues, like the mother who's been in prison for 12 years because she changed an address. Her son could get to a better school and she was homeless. Like, those are the real issues here. And I just really wish they steered the conversation into bring awareness to this. You know, you've got tons of people coming to watch this Red Table Talk and not just her general audience, which probably, I mean, a lot of youth knows about these big major issues, but you have everybody, all of Lori Loughlin's fans are going to come watch Olivia Jade's interview. And I don't know, to me, I was just like, we all know what she did. She didn't want to address really any of it. She just wanted to apologize, save face, whatever. Well, then fine, at least steer the conversation to something productive, something that's going to better us, you know? I don't know.
Yeah.
Girl, you literally laid it all down.
I was very heated when I watched it.
No, we were all mad. I was like, yes, girl.
And I will say, I didn't start off thinking that, but I'm glad that Nan's perspective was in there because I was like, yeah, she actually is very right. Like, why should they give her this platform when she really doesn't deserve it? Because I always thought of the Red Table Talk as like giving people a voice when they're not heard. I mean, like, for example, when Jordan Wood's gone on there, I was like, I understand why they put her on there, and they're kind of family in a sense, but I don't know. I was like, yeah, that makes a lot of sense why they should really think about, do they want to give her a platform? Like, does she really deserve it? And is she going to maximize this opportunity? And I think we all kind of agree that she didn't.
And here's the thing, just like you said at their family, I feel with Jordan Woods, they literally like asked her the grilling questions.
Yeah.
As we're over here, we didn't get that. And that's with a family friend. Like literally like their own little daughter. Like, are you kidding me? That's what I'm saying. Like, this is just, it was so controlled. And I was actually really surprised that they even went and followed through with it. If it wasn't even really that genuine and it wasn't, I don't know.
Yeah, like posting it.
A bunch of the hearsay behind the scenes is the whole reason she went on Red Table Talk. And because you guys know she was offered lots of money to be the first interview on Good Morning America, any of these Today shows, she's offered money to give an interview. Like, people that's the thing that's annoying, but that's besides the point. Anyway, so she chooses Red Table Talk, and a lot of the hearsay behind the scenes is because it totally helped Jordan Wood's career. It helped her save face. It helped her come back up on top as not this like horrible person. And Olivia Jade wanted the same redemption story. That's the hearsay behind the scenes. I'm sure it's not 100% true, but I do feel like there is truth in the story, you know, the whole where there's smoke, there's fire, whatever. But yeah,
sure.
I don't know.
But I feel like people also need to, like Jordan Wood's situation, is literally completely opposite to
Yeah.
what Olivia
Not
did.
even.
100%. But it's about saving your reputation.
No,
when it
for
comes
sure.
down to it at the end of the day.
No, sure. Like, but one of them is being seen as like a home wrecker, and the other one's really a fucking cheat, a slime ball. Like, I mean,
Illegal activity.
yes. Work.
Yeah. Well, I feel like we can all agree that we need a part 2.
Yes.
And-
or at least we need more answers for Olivia. Maybe she doesn't go on Red Table Talk again, but like we need more answers.
And if she does go back on YouTube, which, you know, she's gonna, or maybe she won't. I think she's going to never speak of this again. I honestly feel like she's gonna go back to YouTube, go back to doing her thing, is not gonna acknowledge this at all. But if she does, I'm not gonna be clicking that video. I'm gonna wait for Spell Sesh to upload her version and tell us the summary.
Yeah, honestly, yeah. So frustrating, but it is what it is. Wish it could have been different. I definitely don't want the girl to like forever be this, you know, girl. But I think she to come forward in full if she wants a true redemption.
You know, it's funny too that media is saying how she's going to have a horrible Christmas because her parents aren't home. And I'm like, that's a lot of people with
everyone in the world is going to have a horrible Christmas this year. And
do you know who also is not going to have a good Christmas according to themselves?
who?
The Kardashians.
I don't mean to laugh, but like you're so right.
For
What are
the
we
first year, what is happening?
Gosh, how am I going to survive the holiday season without seeing their Instagram stories of them having fun and ice skating in LA?
And their fucking Balmain dresses. Shoot. Actually, I kind of live for that content. You guys know me. My name's Cass Kardashian. Follow me on Instagram. But you know what I mean. Like, it literally is not the end of the world. But they did get a Christmas present that came early. Actually, we did, because they are not going away. Some sort of reality show or some type of show with the Kardashians is coming to Hulu. And we learned that a couple days ago. And now everyone's talking. And someone told me the other day, they're like, you thought Kris Jenner was going to let this opportunity go? No, sweetie.
Oh my God. When they announced that they were ending Keeping Up with the Kardashians, like, there is no way that this attention seeking, and I love the Kardashians, so, but we all know they are
make
attention
money off. Yeah.
Like, we all know that this is not going to be the end of us seeing them. That's why I wasn't that sad when it was ending, because I'm like, we know that something's going to happen. And honestly, I'm like, can we get a North spinoff? That's what we really want.
Dude, I really am hoping that it has to do with a lot of their business ventures, because that is info that I want to see. I want to like hear their perspectives on things, how they're making brands, how they're building
Their empire.
a fucking empire as women. Like, it's crazy, and I hope that that's what we get to see, because the reality show on was just getting a little flat, and you could tell that they were like making up stories and like, oh, Chloe's gonna come over and say this, and you know, it was just kind of too much. And
Scott, Kim, and Courtney, sit here and talk about this. It was literally, we were just going into different rooms to their house and watching them talk about an incident that happened. That's literally the entire Keeping Up with the Kardashians these past few seasons.
Yeah.
So I'm excited for the change.
I'm not gonna lie, like, I'm going to miss that because that's all we've known, but I am excited too. And also I'm surprised to see Courtney's name on there too, and Kylie and Kendall, because I know like, they were kind of wanting to do their own thing, but I'm like, girl, you know who put in that money. You know, well, it's owned by Disney, so you know they got that money and they're gonna give it. I'm interested in. I don't think we'll ever know, but I wonder how much money they got from that deal.
Oh, so much for sure.
Mm-hmm.
Dude,
honestly, girl,
I'm
Hulu.
excited. I'm curious when it's going to come out. I thought they said something about 2022 because they do have one more season with E.
Mm-hmm.
Okay, let's all take a guess right now what the show or series or what it is that we think will be the first thing. So I personally think that there might be like a couple things, but like, what do we think the first thing is that's going to come out? Do we think it's another reality show? Do we think it's going to be more of a talk show? Like, what do we truly think is going to happen? And if you're listening, pause and comment down below and tell us what you think.
Shoot. I feel like we're still in COVID times, so I don't know how much they could really do. By the time they start production, it'll be like in a year probably. Hopefully things are different. I mean, a talk show, I feel like Chris already went through that, and honestly, it wasn't that successful. Yeah, but they weren't that successful, unfortunately. So I don't really see that happening since they've already had 2 failed ones. I feel like it's still going to be kind of reality TV-esque, like home videos still kind of. I don't know. I really don't know.
I think it's going to be like BTS. Like, hopefully.
Like breaking that fourth wall.
For example, like for Kylie, I know she had her own like spin-off show about like Kylie's life.
It was so good.
It was.
I know. It just didn't pick up pace, and like I think it has to do with the network, honestly. But I would like to see that again. Like now, she has a kid. You know, she's running her own little empire. She's kind of like the next Kim, if not already, making billion dollar baby. So I would like to see that. For Chloe, I wonder if she'll pull her, what's that one workout show that she has?
Revenge Body.
I wonder if that'll jump over. I wonder if Kim's whole, justice reform network stuff is going to jump over to Hulu. You know, things like that. I could see them all like steering into their own little sections.
Oh my God, I could totally go for a show of Kylie and Stormi all day long. Just saying. I could watch that all day.
Rise and shine to at the clubs.
She's like, I'm gonna put Stormi to bed, and then Stassi and I are gonna go hit the private jet plane and go fly off to France.
Dude, seriously.
Honestly though, like,
see you in the morning.
Seriously, I'm so excited. Like Cassidy mentioned earlier about the business side, I do truly want to see. I mean, you cannot say that the Kardashians aren't this huge empire, a bunch of female powerhouses killing the business game. And I would love to see more of that. Honestly, give me back the Kim and Khloe Take Miami kind of vibe.
Oh, that was so good.
Those spin-off shows, they're the queens of spin-off shows, whether they work or not. And I am just excited to see what the next step is. But one show with the Kardashians that did not go well and is back into legal trouble and has gotten a decision. Have you guys heard about the Rob and China, the show, and the whole lawsuit going on with that?
I don't know about the lawsuit, but I know about the tragedy of the show.
It just settled, and all of the footage for season 2 of Rob and China has to be handed over to China. She won.
How?
Yes. She won, so she gets all of the, honestly, I wonder, now my like little conspiracy hat, let me put my tinfoil hat on, is coming, because now I'm like, I wonder if this also has to do with their change getting away from E. Like Anna mentioned, I do think a lot of it has to do with people aren't watching traditional networks anymore, right? So going to Hulu is a huge thing for their brand. I understand that part too, but I'm now trying to wonder if but I feel like E wouldn't do that to the Kardashians because they were probably their biggest money maker. Mm-hmm. But I don't know, with this lawsuit, it just got settled. And honestly, it was like a day later that we found out about them switching to Hulu, I want to say, when I read about it. But yeah, so all the footage has to go to China. They owe money to her and something else with the contract. But it was really interesting. And it'll be interesting to see if we ever find out what that footage is and if we get it. Because apparently there's some footage in there China really wanted.
Oh, we're going to get it. China's a fucking little snake. She would do anything to make a fucking dollar.
Oh, yeah.
Hearing the news that the Kardashians are moving to Hulu was a surprise to us all, but I'm really excited. Another surprise that we got this week was Taylor Swift dropping her 9th album, Evermore.
Yes!
He really said, y'all, 2020 is hard for you. Here, let me give you another gift.
I love it. However, I will be honest, I kind of like Folklore more.
Yeah, I do too.
again, I have to listen to Evermore a little bit more. But I do like a lot of the songs. Girls, we got to hear Country Taylor, and it was everything.
Wait, are you talking about that one song with, how do you pronounce it?
Nobody No Cry with Haim?
That was probably my least favorite song. I know.
Really?
I know. I feel like I'm alone in that perspective. I just feel like that song, sorry to start it off on this. I didn't mean to start it on my least favorite song. But like, I feel like it's just like the generic country song, like, oh, you're being cheated on, I got your back. Like, it didn't have a lot of depth for me.
I liked it because I was like, oh my God, me as a little crime junkie, a little Marina, look at us. We have a theme song now.
Yes, I agree. I loved it because she's so good at storytelling, and that was definitely like a story to tell. And the second I was hearing it, I was telling my sister, I'm like, oh my God, this Dixie Chicks, goodbye,
Earl. That's the first theme song, Forever and Always.
Forever. And this is literally just like the new generation's version.
Yes, I saw that same comparison, and here for it, totally.
I think my least favorite song right now, Gold Rush. I don't know why. It just hasn't hit me yet.
I haven't picked a least favorite. I have not. Same thing like Anna. I need to do more listening. I've listened to the whole album once through, and then a certain select songs multiple times, including "'Tis the Damn Season" because I'm obsessed. Love that song. But I don't know. So far, I feel like my impressions are that I like Evermore maybe more than Folklore. But again, I listened to Folklore tons of times, and I haven't listened to Evermore as much. So maybe it could also be just the excitement of another Taylor Swift album.
I agree. And I feel like I have to listen to it more and watch and be like, Evermore's way better than Folklore.
I know. And I need some music videos because music videos really take it to the next level for me, especially with these types of songs that are very like ballady. Like I need to see the art. I need to see I need to be in the zone.
Okay, the Willow music video was so cute.
I loved it.
Loved it. And the guy was so cute.
Man. So good. I like how she starts off where Cardigan ended, and all the little Easter eggs, the little invisible string. I'm like, oh, I fucking love invisible string.
So cute. I know.
So cute.
I feel like a few of my top ones so far, and I don't know why, but does anyone feel like this is kind of like a breakup album? Because a lot of the songs are discussing like,
same thing with Folklore. I feel like some of those songs too.
I feel like Folklore though had like more of like each song was its own story. I feel like I'm seeing a lot of like comparisons between the songs. Like for example, two of my favorite songs are Happiness and Tolerate It. And they kind of overlap for me because one is like, you just tolerate me, like you don't really love me, but just tell me. And then Happiness is like her leaving and being like, I'm finding my new happiness, but we were happy together at some point, like, I'm like, there was a line and it went, we had our 7 years in heaven, like 7 minutes in heaven. And I'm like, who was she with for 7 years?
I was telling my sister, I feel like this is like the sister Folklore, obviously, and I feel like it might be like a different, like it has nothing to really do with Folklore maybe. Or I'm thinking it's like a high school reunion and people are seeing old lovers again for the first time. Like 'Tis the Season gives me that vibe. Like she's going
such a interesting perspective that I didn't even think about.
Yeah.
And that's what makes me like the song even more, because again, she's a queen of storytelling, and like I just feel like a lot of the songs in this album are like people that might haven't seen each other in a while, and then you hear the beginning of the relationship, but then you see them later on when they finally see each other again, and like heartbreak or like just letting go and closure. I don't know. That's how I'm seeing it. But of course, that's the beauty of music. Everybody sees it differently.
Yeah, that's true. That's a good perspective, though. I really like that.
Yeah, that's a perspective I didn't think of, because here I was going, we need all the Swifties, hardcore Swifties, to do their little thing that they do.
Which Anna is one of them.
She is one of them. That is true. I need to know why they're sister albums. Is it just because they came out in the same year, or is there more crossover? Like, I need to know what is the third word correlate to the number, and then the age, and 31 backwards, 13. I need to know all of the insight. Like, I need to know it all.
Well, you know one thing that the Swifties did? Did you guys see their whole like backstory on they think that Gigi Hadid's baby name was announced in Taylor Swift's album?
No. That happened in Folklore with Ryan and Blake Lively?
Yes.
But that is their kid's name, though.
What?
That's crazy. Okay. So, but this one's a little more of a reach. Okay. So this is what it says. My best friend just cracked something, I guess. August is track 8 on Folklore, and Gigi has posted a picture on Instagram captioning, August, waiting for our girl. And the track 8 of Evermore is Dorothea. Do we believe this? I don't know. That's a reach for me.
I just don't see Zayn Malik naming his daughter Dorothea.
Really? I was thinking I could see them naming their baby Dorothea because I feel like Dorothy would be a name that is a family name. So now we need the Swifties to go back and look on both sides of the family. Is Dorothy a family name? Let's crack the case right here, right now. Thank you, Cassidy. Get on that.
As a representative
I'm Googling.
Because honestly, though, I could see it. If it would hold more merit to me if Dorothea was Dorothy, like, you know, maybe Dorothea is a code name or nickname for Dorothy or something like that, which would be a family name. In that case, I could totally see that. That's the whole new trend, right? Naming your baby something totally that's not common.
I mean, this hasn't not always been the trend.
Well, I know, but I mean, especially with celebrities, right? Celebrities aren't going to be calling the Anna, Cassidy, and Becca, you know?
No, yeah.
Why
what
not?
are you talking about? I'm a star. No, as a former ex-girlfriend of Zayn Malik, I just don't think that's a family name. Trish, the mom, Safia, the sister.
You never met a Dorothy, did you? No grandma.
No, I did. I did meet her. I did meet a grandma, Dorothy, but it wasn't with Zayn.
Okay.
So, what's it called? Oh, so there is a blind account called Dumoy. Do you guys follow on Instagram?
No.
Basically,
I followed one of them recently. I don't know if it's that one.
Yeah, so one of them was talking about Zayn and Gigi's baby name, and basically he said, or he or she, I don't know, or they, I just found out Zayn and Gigi's baby name. I'm not going to out it because, like, that's fucked up, but I'll give you guys a clue. It's a scent.
Oh.
So everyone was guessing, like, oh, is it a perfume scent? Is it like a flower scent? Is it a baked goods scent? Like, all of these things, right? And so I just looked up Dorothea, and a perfume came up, a kind of expensive perfume. Penhaligon's. Wow, I hope I did not.
Okay, so now this whole little thing has more merit.
Yeah.
Oh, wow.
So the Ruthless Countess Dorothea is a perfume, and it's $278 for 75 mLs. So this is linking a little bit here for me because of Dumoy's post.
Yeah.
But to me, it's still a reach that, like, August is the 8th month. This is the 8th track. Like, I'm not sure that makes sense, but who knows? I mean, it was true for Blake Lively's child.
And honestly, some of those far reaches, like the calculations of math, like sometimes it has been true.
Yeah.
She's very particular, like the number of trees she puts up or the number of like little square. Like she's very smart in that because she knows we're fucking crazy.
Well, she does it on purpose. She likes
she loves it.
Of it. She likes everyone doing that.
Oh yeah, I do want to shout out the lyric videos again. I know you kind of brought that off, Cass, but it makes the experience even like better now during quarantine. So just
my God.
On your iPod or your AirPods.
Your iPod Nano.
My iPod Nano.
Bring back. Okay, honestly though, bring back the iPods because who wants to carry their phone if they're going out to walk? Like, you know,
these are the iPods.
I know, but I want a small little something I can shove in a little tiny pocket, or you know, like, I don't know.
Speak for yourself. Wait, what were those little clip things? It was like a nano. You just like clip it on, and you're like.
And, oh my God, don't even come for my Nano, okay? My Nano had all the hottest 2007 jams. Don't come for me.
No, you guys, let's bring back the freaking clips that you get 30-second snips and remember the
clips. You could get Britney Spears from McDonald's only on
Dude, yes.
Clips for everything. I totally had those.
Oh God, no.
That would be dope if Taylor Swift did that and sent them to her fans, or like you could buy them. that would be dope.
And those would be collectibles later on. Like people would like pay for those, even though I would never sell.
Okay, I have a question. It's kind of switching gears, but it kind of goes with that like exclusivity thing. And Anna, I know you're going to be able to answer this. So when I was reading about like her album coming out and she was talking about it, she was saying how, right, there's the Evermore and then there's the deluxe version. There's 2 extra songs on the deluxe version, but am I correct when I read it saying that you can only get those 2 extra songs if you buy the physical copy, that they will not be included digitally at all? Tell us, Anna, am I correct?
Yeah, this isn't new. This has happened with previous albums. Like Folklore did the same thing, which I still haven't got my vinyl that I ordered in July. Yeah, it's insane. And I'm like, watch, they're gonna start pre-ordering for the new one like next week. Yeah, so like The Lakes was like a bonus track and you couldn't get it until you get the actual like physical vinyl. Now they have it like at Target if you go get the vinyl there. It's the same thing for these ones. She always does this, and it's also like genius in the sense for marketing because there's gonna be more people buying stuff. Like also her signed CDs, like she did that, like she did this whole campaign this year with Folklore where she signed a shitload of CDs and sent them out to local record shops so they can also get business during the pandemic. And also that puts her sales up, like literally marketing, good job.
I feel like this could be a trend where people are like listening to CD players or getting Walkmans again. Like, I don't know.
Yeah, I mean, I just got an email from Taylor Nation saying there's new Evermore cassette tapes. And it's the aesthetic. Like, who the hell? I don't have no fucking
love that.
In the words of Taylor, she's coming back better than the 90s trend.
Oh my God, I was going to say that!
Okay, say that.
No, you were thinking it. But
you said it. But I said it. Dude, no,
that line was everything. When she looked at it, I'll come back harder than a 90s trend. Like, I was like, bitch, I love her.
God, she is so the queen of like iconic moments, good or bad. She's just, I love her. I've always loved her. My Tim McGraw stage.
Anna, like you were saying though, the lyric videos are everything.
Yes.
Yeah, I was about to bring that back up again. Like the visuals are everything. There's one song that during watching them, I cried. I'm not gonna lie, especially the one about her grandma. I cried my eyes out. Cried. And also her grandma was so beautiful, and like at first my sister and I'm like, who is that? And I'm like, dude, why does that look like Taylor, like her mom? Why does that look like Andrea? And I'm like, oh my God, that's because
why does that look like Andrea?
First name basis.
Yeah. But no, that song was beautiful, and her lyrics are so like, they're so genius sometimes. Like, you're such a good lyrics, like I can't.
Lyricist, yeah.
They're deep. It's not surface level. They're all like deep, and it really makes you think about the song and gain your perspectives about the whole album, which is what we talked about earlier, which I love.
Have you guys watched the pod sessions on Disney Plus?
No, girl, it's just been one day since this has been out. And it's like,
no.
Have you watched all the YouTube videos? Have you watched all the
like,
books?
No, I watched everything.
No, I'm talking about the Folklore pod, session.
Ones. No, I haven't.
Oh, I watched a little bit.
Because I found out a lot more about the album. I didn't know like Joe was writing music with her, and he just has a different name. He like wrote more songs on this album too with her. The Champagne Problems, he wrote that with her. Which, by the way, that one fucked me up at first. I was like, oh my god, is she literally like announcing? And then it turns into not what I thought it was gonna be about. And I'm like, never mind. But I love that they're making songs together. I mean, what else?
That is really sweet. That's really sweet.
Honestly, I'm just like forever thankful, grateful, and blessed that Taylor Allison Swift blessed us with a second album. And it really could not come at a better time because here it is, the holidays, and, you know, obviously this year's going to be different. And, you know, she can always get us through the tough times. She's nice like that. She's like a little therapist.
Yes.
And I feel like we're going to probably get another album for some reason in the next couple months. Because she said, like...
Do you want me to have a heart attack?
I think it's going to be a trilogy.
Well, you heard it
here first, people.
Y'all, you heard it here first from the mouth of Anna Rosas. She believes it is going to be a trilogy.
An iconic mouth.
Called it first. So make sure you're following us everywhere.
No, dude, I really do think it's gonna happen. Because what else does you have to do? You know, Taylor can't freaking not write like music, especially during. I mean, she wrote that from the time of Folklore being done to now. Like,
honestly, though, I'd rather her take her time because when I'm nervous, not total take her time.
I get what you're gonna say.
But I was looking, so I was like, oh my God, two albums in a year, and it hasn't been that long since her album prior to Folklore. And I was looking at it, and before that, we had a gap of 3 years. And I'm nervous for another big, huge gap like that. So if she wants to take a little bit of time, I'm okay with it.
Well, unless it's the re-recordings, then I'm totally fine with them coming out soon.
I was gonna say she's different. A busy girl. Like
different. That's different. I mean, like brand new album.
Yeah. You guys, since we're still on the topic of Taylor, I have to bring up the commercial that Ryan Reynolds helped make and how he asked for the re-recording of Love Story.
Oh my, can I just say, I swear to, like, obviously we're all best friends, but you literally read my mind and took the words out of my mouth.
It's like, how can you not bring it up when you're talking about Taylor? Because
you have to.
Like, I know it has nothing to do with Evermore, but like, this was huge fucking news. As you guys know, Taylor's finally able to re-record her previous albums since, you know, the whole Scooter Braun situation. And Ryan, being precious gem and super good friends with her, asked if he could use Love Story, like, from the re-recordings. And girls, I'm not deaf. Tell me if you heard the same thing I heard.
What?
In the song, when you hear...
Well, you know we're not these detectives like you are, so tell us, because I'm sitting on the edge of my seat.
Wait,
what
for
happened?
real?
What happened?
Are you kidding me?
No.
Literally.
For real?
Anna?
Okay.
Tell me.
I'm going to send this back to you guys again. Go watch that commercial. Listen to her singing the whole entire thing at the end where she goes, baby, just, she goes, Romeo, say, baby, just say yes. She says, baby, I said yes. She says that. She fucking says that in the new recording. Listen to this. Wait, I thought you guys already, this is everywhere.
No, girl, and how are you going to leave this out?
How dare you, Anna? How dare you not tell us about this earlier? And how dare the Swifties not put this all over my timeline?
Yeah, what?
How dare they? Oh my God. I follow Swiftie accounts. The hell?
That commercial, besides everything, was everything.
It
the
really
genius
was.
Behind it, pulling in the Love Story music, everything.
It really was. But also, I feel like we've kind of already speculated. Maybe the reason I didn't like crazy pick up on it is because we've already been speculating that she got married. Like, you know, from
Since
her
Lover.
Since the Lover album. So maybe that's why I didn't like pay even more attention to that. But now I'm definitely gonna have to go back and listen.
Dude, so everyone, homework assignment, go rewatch that commercial.
Yes.
And we will watch it too. I'm so excited. Wow, I can't believe this.
Listen to this, ready?
Every day.
Okay, Anna's gonna play it. I don't hear it. I hear say yes.
No, she says said. You have to listen to it in person. Listen to it. She said said. I'm not reaching. She said said. She said
baby just said yes.
Said yes. Instead of baby just say, she says baby just
said. What I'm about to do, I'm going to look it up on YouTube and put the closed captions.
Okay, well, ladies, it looks like we got some homework to do. And we can talk about Taylor all day, but I'm about to go out, make another cup of coffee, and re-listen to some lyric videos.
Honestly, same. I'm going to make some brunch, sit my booty down on the couch, and watch the lyric videos.
And y'all know I'm going to be FaceTiming y'all later, like, oh my God, this song's just better now every time I listen to it. All right, guys, thanks so much for watching. If you like this video, don't forget to like, subscribe, and put on your notification bells. Send this to your mother, send this to your brother, anybody that's a Swiftie, anybody that is into this kind of stuff and you think would like our videos, recommend it to them. Send them the link. Please don't forget to follow us at The Tripod Girls everywhere. TikTok, Twitter, Facebook, even though we don't use it.
We are 3 subscribers away from hitting 300 on YouTube, so you better hit that subscribe button.
That's right. And also, if you like the podcast episodes more, we are available everywhere podcasts are available. Spotify, Anchor, Apple Music, you name it. So links will be down below. Don't forget to follow our personal accounts at ACaroline19,
at Cass Kardash,
at McFarback,
And with that, the tryhards are
out to go listen to Taylor Swift's album.
Cheers! Bye, bitches!